Who's ready for a self-care party? Today, I'm going to be bringing you guys along as I do my daily self-care routine. As you can see, I have on my satin robe and I got my crystal glass filled with cranberry juice and some spherical ice. I also asked some questions on Twitter and Snapchat about self-care and self-love and all of that stuff. So as I do my daily stuff, I'm going to be answering some questions and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So let's get started. So the first thing that I do is I use these Olay Cleanse facial moisturizer wipes. They're just really great on my skin. I just use them just in case I didn't get all my makeup off last night, or oh my gosh, my hair right now is ridiculous, but clean up my face, get it moisturized. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shower and then we will start on the question. I just bought this bath foam oil and body wash. It's 5 deep breaths. It looks so cool. I think that's kind of why I got it, but I've been seeing these at work for a while and I just had to try it. So I'm gonna give it a try when I'm taking the shower and we'll see. I actually haven't smelled it yet. And I still can't because there's a thing inside. Come on. It's like it doesn't want to be opened. What is happening right now? Oh my gosh, that smells so good. Currently, as a body wash, I use this charcoal and pink lotus body wash, which I'm obsessed with. I love all things charcoal. My toothpaste is charcoal, my toothbrush is charcoal. And then I use just some Miracle Coils Aussie shampoo. The conditioner is in there, but it's like almost empty. And then I use this body scrub and it is Brazilian Glam. It's pretty good. Now what I do is I put in some leave-in conditioner. Shout out to my coworker for recommending this to me because it's amazing. But yeah, I'm just gonna put that in my hair. I'm not gonna brush it because I want it to stay curly. Okay. I then use a charcoal facial cleanser. And while I'm rubbing that in and then washing it off, I'm going to start answering questions. So the first question is, when you're feeling bad about yourself, what is something you can do or say to show yourself some grace or make yourself feel better? It's a great question. So I do something called an affirmation journal. You might have heard of it before. It's basically where you write lots of things that are, as the word suggests, affirming. Even things that you don't believe to be true, like that you are a great person, or you're going to have great success, or that you're doing the best that you can, things like that. And you just write a bunch of them down. And as you're writing them, you're kind of forcing yourself to believe them to be true. Giving yourself treats and things, doing things that you love, even when you aren't feeling your best mentally, or when you feel like you've disappointed yourself, can be a great way to kind of boost your self-esteem and show yourself like everything's okay, I'm doing the best that I can do right now. The next question is, why do you think self-love is so important? I actually have been considering doing a story time about this, but I really was not, I didn't even believe that self-love was like even a thing or something that should exist up until like 2 months ago. So I was in a really dark place. I just had a lot of stuff going on mentally. I always thought that self-love was something that was selfish. I kind of saw them as synonymous. I thought you should be loving others, you shouldn't be loving yourself. But someone recently reminded me of when you're in a plane and you have to put on your air mask first, if the plane is, before you can help other people with theirs. And I never really realized that you can only really be your best self for other people if you're your best self for yourself first. And that is something that I've been learning through experience, and I just feel so much better all the time focusing on myself. And when you feel better, you do better. Now I'm going to be putting on this Burt's Bees Gentle Face Cleanser with aloe. And I don't really like the smell of it, honestly, but it just like, it does wonders for my skin. And this kind of burns a little bit, and this actually kind of soothes that. I don't know, I hope I'm not like allergic to it or something, but yeah. It could just be that it's cleaning out your pores and all that, so. What is one habit you wish you could replace? I've actually been doing a pretty good job with getting rid of bad habits, but I guess I'd have to say probably some of my eating habits and drinking habits too. Not an alcohol related habit, but I have Red Bulls a lot and it's probably not great for me. So the next question is, what do you do when the pain is too much? When everything around you is dark and your only light is her, but her light is slowly dimming and you don't want to be in the darkness again. Wow. That is a very, very deep question. I think that you really need to work on being your own light. And this is something that I have struggled with in the past, where when I'm in a relationship, I will completely focus on the other person, or even when I'm not in a relationship, I'm constantly seeking not necessarily validation, but I'm just constantly looking for someone else to get my energy from. And it's only since I've started this self-care and self-love journey that I've been able to be my own light and to be able to gain strength through myself and not from somebody else. Because that doesn't just make you dependent on them, but it also drains the other person. And obviously I don't know like the specific situation of the person who asked this, so I can't really give specific advice, but I have to say just focusing on your own, and I know this is not easy and you really need to have some sort of push, but really I would recommend start watching self-love videos. There are some very inspirational and motivating people out there who give amazing advice about starting to be your own light, and yeah, that's what I would recommend. I'm gonna wash this off and then I'm going to get started on my makeup, which brings me to the next question, which is how can I create a natural look with my makeup? And that is actually what I try to do, so hopefully giving a little bit of a tutorial as I go will help to answer that question. So while I'm doing my makeup, the other thing that I do is I pull my hair back and I put this over the front of my hair so it's not in my way. And I also have sensory issues with when I'm doing makeup and my hair's in my face. So when it comes to making a natural look with makeup, it's more about highlighting features and less about covering them up and trying to like add new features. And I know a lot of people say that they're just accentuating, but the amount of makeup some of these people put on is just like crazy to me, which you do you. It's okay if that's what you like, but for me, I don't use foundation or anything because my skin is pretty clear. I don't really do contouring too much. So the first thing that I recommend for doing a natural makeup look is finding a color for eyeshadow that is similar to your skin color and using just natural shades instead of color. So I just use browns for my lids. I actually tend to prefer using my fingers. I know it's like kind of amateur, but I tried using the makeup brushes and genuinely I just like cannot do them. So, and then I just use some white highlighter in the corners. I also use it on the upper lid. I use the highlighter down my nose, my cupid's bow, chin. This is the most that I do for contouring. I take a little bit of the brown along each cheek, then a little bit of the white. A little bit of blush, although apparently I don't need that because my face is just gonna redden by itself. A little bit on the nose. Of course, we gotta do the mascara, which if you are going for a more natural look, I would recommend just doing the top lashes, but I do the top and the bottom. And if you were going for the natural look, I use a tinted lip gloss, but I'm also going to use a gel lip liner. There's that. I'm gonna fill it in with this. Then lastly, I just add some clear lip gloss. Then I'm just gonna finger comb a little bit. I'm gonna use some curl smoother. This actually is for kids, but it works so well. It's the Just For Me natural hair milk. It is brilliant and it smells so good. So later I will be taking it off using those face wipes that I showed you guys earlier. And I probably will do one last face mask, but I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed and I answered some of your questions, hopefully pretty well. Comment more questions and I will answer them in the next Q&A video, which should be soon. And if there are any other videos you want to see, then suggest them below and you might get a shout out in the next video. Peace out.